Sharonda Williams, pair weights. Hi, how are both of you doing today?
Good. How are you?
That's a background. I
We
like
like
that.
that. We like that
I wanted
background.
to have both of you near me. That's all.
Love it.
But one of the first questions that I have for the both of you is I really appreciate the growth with your characters in season 2. And I love that even for your characters, you're really pushing boundaries for how we perceive men in YA series like this. And so I wanted to ask the both of you, how is it portraying these characters that we actually get to see multiple layers outside of them just being love interests?
I think it's great. I think that it's something that I wish I had more of growing up. I was a kid who played sports and I was told not to be emotional, not to cry, to suck it up, whether I was in pain or excited even sometimes. It was kind of to bottle and hold that in. And I think that it's really important to have so many people, like 50 million viewers that have seen our show, also see these characters that are strong, that are male, and that are also able to be emotional and to be vulnerable, because that's so important. It shows that these characters are still strong and they can cry, they can be upset, they can be hurt, and you can show that. And it's important to use your voice, especially when you're hurt, so that it has an effect on other people, so that it doesn't happen again. You don't bottle it up and become bitter and angry. So I hope that people take that away from our show, where they can see it, they say, hey, I can be emotional. These guys are emotional. They're still strong. They're still cool. They're still awesome. So I think that it's really excellent that we're able to do that.
Yeah, likewise. It's been such a joy being able to tap into, the vulnerability that Paxton has to offer. That, again, he's kind of that macho character that, Jaren was explaining in his upbringing in season 1. He's the athlete. He's the teen heartthrob. It's hard for him to show any vulnerability. And he does in season 2 a lot more. And I think it's wonderful. And he also gets to tap into his culture and how proud he is of his heritage. And that has been an absolute joy and pleasure. And it's actually taught me a lot about, I think, myself in general. So,
but also too, I love that this season really teaches us about how we need to appreciate our insecurities and the quirks that make us who we are. And I wanted to know, for the both of you, after finishing up season 2, how has it changed how you're going to celebrate your imperfections?
I think imperfections are the closest thing to perfection, because absolutely everyone has them. And I've said this about the show a couple of times, and I'll say it again. I think the one thing I'd love people to take away from it is, anything that you're searching for in other people, you can only find in yourself. And everything else you find in everyone else is only complementary to what you have inside. So it starts in you. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone else, because your imperfections are yours. You need to own them, and no one can be you but you. So do it.
Okay, giving us a word. How about you, Jaren?
I think that it's important to recognize that other people may claim that something about you is an imperfection, but I don't think that that's true. I think that anything about you, like Darren said, is special and unique and important. And even if it's something that not everybody likes, well, tough. That's a part of you, and it's an amazing part of you. And I think that oftentimes self-love, you can kind of get bogged down by the opinions of others. And I think that our show does a great job in showing that really self-validation, self-efficacy, your self-esteem, that comes from you. It comes from within. It doesn't come from the people's opinions about you that surround you. And I think that it's important that we recognize and remember that, and that we work on ourselves a little bit. There may be things that you don't love about yourself, but it's important to recognize that there's a lot of really excellent, redeemable qualities that you have that you should celebrate. And if you want to work on yourself, you should, and that's awesome. But also, there is so much about you that's incredible that you can celebrate while working on yourself at the same time.
Look, I love it. I mean, for the final question that I have for the both of you, as we get to explore the cultural backgrounds of your characters in season 1 and season 2, has this changed how you're going to navigate the industry and the roles that you decide to take going forward?
I love embodying Paxton, and I've done this role a couple of times, playing the heartthrob, and I love the joy it brings, and I want to milk that as long as I can. But I am also so excited about tackling roles where I completely get to transform. I'm doing that currently right now. I'm actually in the middle of production on a film called Apophenia. It's a psycho thriller. I'm really flexing different muscles. I'm so excited to share it when it is done. So yeah, love what I'm doing. Love Paxton. I'm going to do it for as long as I can. But there's plenty of other avenues to explore. I'm sure Jaren can say the same.
Yeah, I think that it's about doing roles that mean something to someone, whether it's representative of my own culture, my own identity, which I take so much pride in, especially Ben being Jewish and me being Jewish as well. That's something that I take a tremendous amount of happiness in portraying and embodying. And also just like, again, whether it's a villainous psychopathic role like Darren's talking about, or someone who's a lead in a romantic comedy or in a drama or whatever it is, if it means something to someone where they look at that role, they look at that performance and they say, wow, this really made me feel something, that's how I know I've done my job right. And I look forward to continuing to trying to do that.
Look, thank you so much. Thank both of you for taking the time to speak with me. I'm wishing you nothing but the best of luck in your future projects. And I'm sending love and light your way. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.